Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Lord of Underdog Views and I watch the movie Man of Steel. Yes. Sorry for the noise, they're busy a couple houses further, so it's out of my hands. I can't do shit about it. So it is what it is, we have to deal with it. But let's just start with the movie. We have a very close-up shot of a woman's face while she is in pain. She's holding somebody's hand. We see hand holding, and now we see a heart beating on something. I don't know. Back to the woman. The heart then turns into a baby, and we see Jor-El, his face. And I thought, wait, the guy looks a bit like Russell Crowe. Then I looked up the cast. Oh wait, it is Russell Crowe. So we see Jor-El's face, and he looks at his wife. They're now looking at each other, and we get a zoomed out shot of her laying there on the table, and he walks toward the end of the table, and she is starting to give birth to Kal-El. Kal-El, yeah. I think the L part is probably their last name, Then Jor is the first name, Kal is the first name, and then L. The L is the last name. But she starts begins to push the baby out. But we're gonna also leave that because if you don't know what's happening next, watch the movie yourself. Now Krypton is looking very different than the first time we've seen Krypton, and Christopher Reeve Superman, Krypton was very, very white, like pale, ghosty, snowy, fluorescent white, it was very shiny, and in this one it was the total opposite. It was more dark and all. So it was kind of interesting. Also the clothing. The clothing in the first one was very white, and if they had pointy sheets, it was almost like KKK. And in this one, it total opposite. It was more darkish. Which I didn't mind. It was definitely a change, a big change. There was also no mirror phantom zone, like the window that we had in the first one where General Zod and his two goons were inside. This time it was, they were in kind of separate pods, 5 of them I think, and they were on a kind of a spaceship, and they were sent into the phantom zone, which was a kind of other dimension. Okay, the first Phantom Zone was also other dimension, but just where they were in, they could still move, kind of move, help, and in this one they were frozen, kind of frozen, so big difference there in that one. But I did remember a scene, the scene where Clark was still young, as a kid. Sorry guys, this is also very irritating for me. Where Clark was a kid, at school, and he first got his X-ray vision and his hyper senses. That scene where he run into a closet. I've seen that scene. I don't know if I've seen this movie, but I definitely seen that scene. And this movie is also from 2013, just like Curse of Chucky. So there's a chance that I've seen this movie. For some reason I've seen 2013 movies. I've definitely seen Batman vs Superman. I know that I've seen that one. I probably have seen that one in the theaters. So yeah. But I don't know if I've seen this movie or just that scene, so I probably just put it as a first time watch, you know. But very cool effects. I really like those. Um, the flying scene, you know, where he just learns to fly for the first time on Earth, and then he flies over different continents and all. Very cool. Really like that. Um, Something stupid was also, you know, oh, you know, we're shooting bullets from a chopper, you know, with those rotating things, you know, like a minigun, but then attached to a chopper. You know, oh, we're shooting them with those. Oh, they don't work. Let's use handguns. Dude, if that caliber of a machine gun from a chopper doesn't work, why the fuck would you think that just a normal handheld pistol or a you know, an automatic gun that you can handhold, why the fuck would you think that that would work? You know, maybe an RPG, yes, they will be flying, but that's it. You know, normal fucking bullets won't work. So yeah, oh, let's make the caliber smaller so that will be more lethal. Kind of stupid, you know. But hey, they were just in a panic, just like, oh, you know, I see my colleagues shoot at those people, you know, at the Kryptons, and the bullets just fly off. Let's, you know, and they just, you know, throw them away. I'll start shooting at them. Maybe my bullets will work on them. What kind of a fucking logic is that? You know, the fight between Zod and Superman, very cool. But you know, they destroyed the whole city. You know, and there's probably some deaths that were fallen there too. Like I said, the effects of this movie is very cool. Really like it. And this movie was really about the first part of Superman's life on not on Krypton, but on Earth. You know, I think in the Christopher Reeve version, we had more of him working at the Daily Planet already, where in this one, Superman Clark came to the Daily Planet at the end of the movie. You know, he worked there at the end, and also in this one, Lois already knew who Clark was. You know, she knew that he was Superman. While in the first one, she had no idea that Superman was Clark and Clark was Superman, and vice versa, and yada yada yada. You know. So yeah, there were some major differences in both movies, but I don't mind. You know, I still like both. They're both good. You know, and I might like this one just a bit more than the first one, than the original one. But the Christopher Reeve one, you know, it's not the original one because there was probably a one before before that one, probably from the 50s. So you know, but yeah, I like this Henry Cavill Superman version. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a very good one, so I think I will give this one a high 4, low 5. It's a very good movie. Go watch the movie yourself. Leave likes, recommend a good Henry Cavill movie down below in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel, and see you guys next time. Bye.